Okay, let's fucking do this so Patrick can join
Oh
you.
boy. Yeah, Patrick. So Patrick can be bring it on, Patrick. I'm into it.
I actually, jokes on you. I like it.
This is what I'm into.
This is
So
my kink. So be
I
mean.
actually appreciate you calling in. I was gonna say calling in. Like it's a radio show. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling in to all our favorite listeners. Patrick's dialed in.
Okay. All right, you start. Okay.
Oh, so anything new going on for you this week?
I don't know, not too much. Well, I guess it's the last week of school for the kids.
Oh, nice.
No, not nice.
Oh, why not?
Okay, well that means they're gonna be home all the time. I'll be out at the office and I'll get a call from them like, "Dad, I'm bored," and I'll be like, "Well, I'm at work." And they're like, "What do you want me to do?" And they're like, "I don't know. What can I do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm at work."
Oh God, man.
Well, that's not even the half of it. Then they'll call me to tell on each other for teasing, or maybe they're not playing nice, or because they called each other stupid.
Peterson, you're getting really riled up, dude. I'm sorry I asked.
That's cool. Like I said, nothing too interesting this week.
You just logged into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
And this is Peterson.
They really call you to tell you that they're bored?
Daily. It will happen all the time. Lily will call me and be like, "Dad, I'm bored," and I'm like, "I'm not even there. I don't.
What do you want me to do? Yeah, like what do I do with that?
Yeah,
I didn't know where to start with that.
I am apparently their source of entertainment. Food. She'll be like, "Dad, I'm hungry," and I'm like, "Okay, go get something to eat." She's like, "What should I eat?"
What?
And then I'll start listing stuff. She doesn't want any of it. She doesn't want any of it. I'll list 10 things, and she'll be like, "No, Dad, what can I eat?" And I'm like, "Do you think I just have an endless supply of ideas for you? I don't."
You're like her AI bot.
Should I get her an AI bot?
Yeah, she treats you like Chat GPT Peterson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just asks you everything. Just completely fully reliant.
I know. And I don't know. It's crazy.
I'm bored. Oh.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh my God. Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. All right. Our news this week is brought to us by Crave Cookies. Crave Cookies is a fine cookie and soda shop, and it's everywhere. Go to cravecookies.com, check out the location, see if there's one near you. If you happen to live in Chicago, I don't know, downtown Chicago, right across the street from the Bean, there's a Crave there now.
Oh, wow.
And we're big. We're Times Square next, yeah. So
right in the middle of Times Square, big flashing sign.
Yeah, just Crave, come shove these in your gullet. So Crave gets a new menu. Yeah, we'll workshop it. It's gonna be fine later.
We probably won't say gullet. That's right for one.
Shove these down your gullet. Just stuff them in with a plunger or something. So Crave gets a new rotating menu every Friday. We spoil it for you here on the podcast on Tuesdays. You're so blessed. Or if you listen to us, actually, in fact, if you subscribe on YouTube, you get it on Sundays sometimes.
Yeah, you can listen to it live.
Yeah, that's
you hear it. You hear about the same time I hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, you get it at the same time as Peterson. So here's what's coming up next week. This will be launching on the week of May 22nd. The PB Explosion has Reese's Pieces and a bunch of peanut butter in it, and a peanut butter cup in the middle of it. Ooh, that's a good one from Patrick. Clog your throat with these cookies. Yeah.
Crave Cookies, clog your throat.
Yeah, we'll have a soda that's called the Drano. We've also got the Caramel Karma is coming back. That's the caramel rookie. The Rockstar is still our monthly, and then we've got a fan favorite, the Biscoff Explosion. It's just all Biscoff all the time. And finally, the chilled cookies and cream. This is like a giant cold deconstructed Oreo. Just a solid menu, just a solid, easy one, which is good because I'm going to open a new store in Northlake, Texas next week.
And look at you.
Yeah, so I'm glad it's easy because it's hard to teach hard menus. This is an easy one. So get down to Crave Cookies and get your cookie on. Sega has canceled its Super Game after realizing that copying Fortnite doesn't actually count as a business strategy.
It's not a very reliable business strategy. I guess it is one, but
I guess
probably not a successful
technically,
one.
if you wrote that on paper, though, you'd probably get run out of the boardroom.
Yeah. No, they'd probably be like, "Yeah, Fortnite makes money. We should do that."
God,
And then
my
everyone who
kids
knows
love
anything
Fortnite.
about video games would be like, "You know what? You probably shouldn't. It's probably not a good idea." And they're like, "What do you know? You didn't get your MBA from Harvard."
Yeah, Daddy didn't donate a building to Yale so you could get your MBA. So the Sega Super Game was first announced in May of 2021 at the height of the pandemic. So you get excused for not remembering this. But the idea here is that it was going to be AAA titles that cross over Sega's comprehensive range of technologies and quote go beyond the traditional framework of games. Okay, Zuckerberg, calm down. And back then, dude, in November of the same year, they projected that the budget of this game would be as much as 100 billion yen, which is $90 million. They were nearly $1 billion
Wow.
that they'd set aside over 5 years to build basically Sega Fortnite. I used a lot of buzzwords to avoid saying it was Sega Fortnite, but it was Sega Fortnite. Like
Sega Fortnite.
And they just kind of slipped this into their latest quarterly financial report that it's killed, that it's dead. They're kind of pulling away, not kind of, they're absolutely pulling away from live service games. And one of these things, I mean, they haven't had a lot of luck lately. I mean, did you know this? I guess I missed this.
What?
Or I don't remember it. We may have reported on this. In 2023, Sega bought the studio that makes Angry Birds.
I vaguely remember that.
Okay, so we did probably talk about that. So that was kind of a weird thing, but that didn't go anywhere. Sonic Rumble Party. Don't know what that is. That was a big push that they did in the online space, but Sega is lowering its priority of free-to-play games in the immediate future. So that's their thing. They're like, we're not doing free-to-play, which is good because doing live service games, free-to-play is the riskiest bet. And you're trying to compete with a game that did it by dumb luck. Fortnite was free-to-play not because that was some grand sweeping business strategy. It was free-to-play because it was just a one-off mode that they were trying to get people to come in and buy the full title game, and then it just kind of took off. In fact, their main competitor was not free.
No,
PUBG was not free, so it wasn't like they're like, well, we're gonna make Fortnite so we can compete with PUBG. They're like, let's just throw together this mode, this battle royale mode, and this is what happened. It was not their plan for it to be a free to play model. It just happened.
It's one of my favorite little bits of trivia I like to tell people. I'm like, yeah, they didn't think Fortnite was. They don't think they expected it to be what it is. And my proof of that is that on release day,
there were these
the head was on the head of the studio, the creative director or whatever was on our show on release day.
Yeah, not
like if they knew what it would be, he would have been on.
He wouldn't have talked
way
to us
bigger
anymore. It
would
have been dead to him. So
yeah.
So that's what Sega said. We're not going to do that. And over 100 developers who were working on free-to-play titles have already been transferred to quote full game development teams, focusing on mainstay IPs. So this is what Sega is doing: is realizing their bread and butter is making Sega games. The IPs Sega is known for and beloved, they are going to continue to work on those. So games like Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, obviously Sonic, Jet Set Radio. They said their statement that they gave, because they did, like I said, they slipped this in. This is just like a line item on a PowerPoint slide during their financial report, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what the hell? You just canceled your super game, your 100 billion yen super game?" And so they gave a follow-up statement. It said, intensifying market competition, the emergence of competing titles based on similar concepts, and our business conditions, we made the decision to discontinue the development of Super Game during the financial blah, blah. Dude, I love that. The emergence of competing titles based on similar concepts. somebody came out and stole our ideas and beat us to market is not as good of an excuse as you think it is. It's
Right,
a
right.
terrible excuse.
We were slow,
We were
and
slow and they stole it. No, we were totally going to do that.
we
Oh,
had it.
that was our
Honestly,
idea.
we had it on lock, and these
It just
guys
took
just
us too
stole it and
long.
like they
Oh
beat it. Yeah,
no.
like ours was gonna be a lot better, but like they already took, whatever. So
This
they
is such a good sign to me, honestly, that Sega is that any major studio is seeing the writing on the wall, which we've been seeing for literal years, and they're like, okay, we're gonna stop. Like, we're just gonna stop. We're gonna stop before this turns into Suicide Squad, before it turns into Marvel Avengers, before it turns into Anthem. We're just gonna pump the brakes. And this is good. This is because would I rather have 5 new Crazy Taxi games or a super game? Crazy Taxi, please.
I won't play the super game.
Yeah, I want to play that shit. If you pirate Forza Horizon 6, you might get banned from ever playing a Forza game again. They're mad. They're big mad.
I don't like that.
Cracked copy of the latest Forza Horizon game was leaked online recently, and the studio confirmed it wasn't from everyone. It's like, oh, it's because they preloaded it on Steam, so they must have it on Steam, and someone leaked it. No, like it wasn't Steam. It was some butthole we gave an early copy to, and I'm sure those are going to get in trouble. The game's out May 19th, so it's just out, I don't know, tomorrow if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
No, it's out now, today. It's out now. It's out now.
Yeah, it's out the day same as this episode.
But the cracked copy's been out for about a week, and there was a tweet from the studio acknowledging the crack or the leak and the cracked copy, and they said, quote, "We are taking strict enforcement action against any individuals found accessing this build, including franchise-wide and hardware bans." Now, I know we've talked about this. We talked about pirating games and playing cracked copies. And I just feel like you, in particular, Peterson, with your aversion to doing something that's generally easy and also very accepted and not illegal, which is mods. And you're like, nah, I'm not going to do mods. Can you imagine what goes into playing a cracked, pirated video game? Because I can't imagine it's easy.
No. Okay, so I did it one time. We did it one time for a Dice of Destiny game. I did like the Middle Earth one.
Yeah.
And like you can't get the game anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna get it. And like you had to go on these sites and download. There's like an instruction pamphlet on how to download the game.
Right. But
I don't know
this
how to
is like
delete it.
a brand, it's just part of your whole PC now. But this is weird because it is a game that's not even out yet, and they're coming at people, with their knives out. Like they're trying to. I don't know if they have the capability to do that. If you connect online, and I assume your cracked copy isn't connecting, how they're gonna know?
I have no idea.
But maybe if you install another Forza Horizon game on it, it scans your machine to see if this cracked copy's there. I have no idea. It's very strange. This is all Greek to me, but I really am curious. I for JD's sales report, we're always on the hunt. We're sniffing out what is the percentage of gamers that are playing cracked copies, that are playing pirated games.
That would be really interesting.
Is that a real problem? Is that many people doing it?
I feel like it can't be that big of an issue.
It cannot be that many people because you'd have to be PC gamers only. So there's half the market just off the top. And I would say, comfortable percentage. The highest percentage I could even fathom would be 10%.
Oh, that's like way too high.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But even then, 10% is 5% of all gamers. I guess if that's your math. But like I said, that is such a generous read on it. And I really think it's probably less than a single percentage of
it's gotta
people
be.
that would. And I don't think, like you pointed out the other week, I don't think they would have bought the game anyway. So
like
anyway.
if they did that, they're probably never gonna play it. If they
they
play it for free, fine. But if not, then like I probably would never play it.
I'm just interested. I feel like maybe they're just these types of stories are showing up for me more because I'm paying more attention to him, or if it's a growing trend of piracy. But I'm kind of chasing this, the story. It's kind of interesting to me. So it turns out that last year, before massive layoffs, Amazon Game Studios was forcing all of its teams to use generative AI. Dude, good. That's what we need. So they would
smart.
tell they were like,
Great
everyone
idea.
has to, and this is coming from the top. And this is Eurogamer did this big expose on this shit, and they talked to a lot of current and former Amazon Game Studios employees anonymously, and like one of the themes that emerged is this was coming very, very high up from the top, and everyone that was delivering the news was like, hey, don't shoot the messenger. Hey, sorry, but we have to do this. My boss's boss's boss is telling me
there's
to
nothing I can
use
do.
a learning language model in our latest iteration of New World, so we just have to do it. And one of the big focuses of this Eurogamer article was this game called Project Trident, which was originally essentially a Shadows of the Colossus clone, which is that game where there's a bunch of giants marching around the world and you have to climb them and kill them.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. You're just like wandering around a big open world. Well, this game eventually, through Amazon's brilliant leadership and oversight, transformed into a comedic Viking game with learning language model powered NPCs. So you'd be talking to chatbots in this like goofy, I don't know, I kind of got like How to Train Your Dragon vibes, but like cornball Amazon shit.
Yeah.
And so they were like, okay, they just kept going along with it. And did it help? Nope. Because the whole studio got closed and they laid off a ton of people last October, which we reported on. Which is also rough because something else that came out of this article was that they were in the process, Amazon Game Studios was in the process of moving almost everyone off of New World, which we've already reported on is closing next January. And they were moving them over to Lord of the Rings, this Lord of the Rings MMO that they were supposedly working on, which Amazon, if you remember, got the rights for. And so that's brilliant. I mean, like you played New World, it was aight. It was like an all right
fine.
game.
Yeah, it was fine. I played
But
it. I probably played 50, 60 hours of it.
Certainly you take the team that made that and made a solid game. And you apply everything that they learned to a fresh IP, none of the mess, none of the debt. And you take that with Lord of the Rings and you start a fresh new game. That game could have slapped. And what's awesome is that instead of laying these people off, they found them all new work as the game was closing. Like, this is all really good stuff. And it goes to what we were talking about, that the guy that was running Amazon Game Studio was actually doing a pretty decent job, all things considered. That's what's so crazy about this one. Usually we're reporting on these post-mortem articles that everything was just a nightmare disaster. And not to say that, having your boss's boss say you have to cram AI into your game isn't bad. But apart from that, like, there were like really positive moves happening at Amazon Game Studios. They had a good thing going until they couldn't help but ruin it. Like, Google never let anything develop with Stadia. They just were like, go, and then they just shut it down and were like pissed. This one though, man, and then Facebook, obviously, like, who knows what Zuckerberg was doing. And Netflix, same thing. Netflix kind of just like tooled around with their gaming side of things and threw a bunch of money at it, but never committed to anything. Amazon is the one of these big companies that came into the gaming space in the same time period that they all tried to get in here when it was hot. And they were doing an okay job. And it sucks that they got in their own way, or I should say the executives got in their way, because they were actually doing something good here. Yeah. So there goes the Lord of the Rings game that we didn't even know they were working on, the MMO, which Ella Whoops pointed out in Discord is the second time we've lost out on this, because back in 2021 we had a Lord of the Rings MMO that was canceled. So now we have another one that was canceled this year.
They don't want to give it to us.
Every 5 years, a Lord of the Rings MMO is canceled. That's just
a Lord of the Rings MMO we didn't know about gets canceled.
Was that Amazon's head of games, Jeff Gratis, told Eurogamer he's working on a Lord of the Rings, quote, game experience. He's like, no, we're not done with Lord of the Rings. We're working on a Lord of the Rings game experience. A game experience?
I don't want an experience. I just want a game.
Experience? What is that? What is a game experience? Why even make that buzzword up? What does that mean? I can't think of a single video game that's not just a video game. What is a game experience?
I think it's like when you go to the store and you get in the ice cream aisle and you buy something that says ice cream product or like cheese product instead of cheese or ice cream. So it literally can't call itself ice cream or it can't call itself cheese because it's not technically doesn't have the ingredients for that.
So is a game experience just a video game that has been
It's
so
not really a game.
heavily saturated with ads and battle passes and loot boxes that it no longer resembles, can be legally called
I can't call it a game. Or it's just
like you can't call milk chocolate in Switzerland. This is
it's a game that it's like we had said last week. AI plays it for you, and you just kind of
sit back.
There.
Like, what a great game experience! Hey, is that what it is? Watching streaming is technically a game experience. That's a good one. So you're right. Yeah, watching an AI beat a Lord of the Rings video game
that doesn't technically exist for you to. You can't play it, but AI will beat it for you.
I will experience it.
Yeah.
Fuck me. All right, here we go. Here's some riblets. Here's some meat
blow
chunks.
through these bad boys.
Just a little bit of meat on these news stories. Bones. eBay has rejected GameStop's $56 billion acquisition bid. They responded. I'm not going to spend long on this because I hate it. They responded officially rejecting the bid in a letter to GameStop, and eBay's board of directors said it has, quote, concluded that your proposal is neither credible nor attractive.
Dude, that is incredible. I love that so much.
To describe Ryan Cohen. Not credible nor attractive.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Just like, honestly, like, good for them for like straight up just saying that, because we were like, eBay's bigger than GameStop, right? Like eBay, like they're buying up. Like
4 times bigger. It's insane.
Why would they do that?
It's so upsetting. The Steam controller screams if you drop it. Funny.
Like, isn't it the Wilhelm scream?
Yeah, it's
like
a Wilhelm scream.
Like,
yeah, someone posted a video there, like, drop it on your bed, drop it somewhere soft. And it's only when it's in big picture mode. So if you're using this while you're playing a game on your TV, which is hilarious because that's the number one time you're on your couch, you're going to throw your controller on your couch.
Yeah.
The idea that an engineer, designer, somebody thought of this and they implemented it is fantastic and shows that there was a little bit of joy that went into making this. And I adore that. I also wonder, why doesn't all technology do this? I mean, I chuck my phone onto my bed all the time. If it made some sort of scream while I was doing that,
it'd be so easy for that to be on your phone. Like,
yeah. Here's my question. You're playing FIFA and you chuck it at your TV. Does it have a different scream?
Oh, maybe, probably.
Yeah.
There should be different screams for how hard you throw it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know, yeah.
If it's going
throw
up,
it aggressively
it knows
something.
if it's been thrown or dropped.
Yeah,
and it should scream accordingly.
I wanted to swear. I wanted to start swearing when you chuck it.
Shit.
Yeah.
BioShock creator Ken Levine has more excuses about why he can't make a single video game in 10 years. I despise this pointy-headed clown.
Look at his stupid face.
I hate this dude. So Ken Levine has been working on a game called, what's this game called? I can't even remember anymore.
Judas?
Which, to be fair, sounds legit. It sounds like a cool concept.
It sounds like a Ken Levine game, like something you would, like the creator of BioShock could make,
Yeah. It's a first-person shooter, and it's set on a interstellar arc, which is carrying humans to the Proxima Centauri, and it's got this oppressive society that's controlled by machines while they're on the arc, and so you're playing as a main character who's just tired of it, and just wants to get off. So it's it sounds cool, but at the same time, I'm like, does Ken Levine know how to tell any other story?
And that's it. That's the only one he knows.
It's the same thing. So the main character, it's a first person shooter only. That's always how it is. And the main character is on a big city run by an oppressive overseer, and you're like the rebel, and you're shooting people through the city as you try to like rebel against the structure of
Yeah,
this
and they don't
city.
necessarily want you to. The people
Yeah.
there are like, no, we're fine.
And it's like vaguely sci-fi, and you probably have powers.
yeah, you probably pick up some sort
We
of
needed
like electric
10
powers.
years. And this isn't like this article was like, oh, Ken Levine's game Judas is coming out this year. Here's a retrospective why it took 10 years. It's like, this ain't even on the horizon. He's just out there flapping his fucking gums again. Like, there's nothing. He wasn't like, well, we're hoping to bring this out next year. Like, nothing. This game is not being made in any way, shape, or form. It's just Ken Levine out there saying, well, in another 10 years. Here's a quote. The reason it took so long is not really related to rendering technology or anything like that. It was figuring out how we crafted the system, this narrative Lego system that is combining modular elements together dynamically at runtime to make stories happen that are very reactive to the player. Do you think he does like any real work?
So here's my thought about this. In theory, that sounds amazing, right?
Oh, cool. If it
like
wasn't
so
Ken
cool.
Levine, hell yeah.
Well, like it's like, yeah, like things are gonna change slightly as you play, like based on what's going on. Like that sounds incredible, but also unnecessary because he's like developing this as he goes. It's costing too much money, taking too much time. And like realistically, gamers want to play a game. Like, just give us a fun game. We don't necessarily need it to be a genre.
You don't need to revolutionize video games, which, by the way, BioShock didn't do. BioShock Infinite did not do. This guy has his head so far up his own ass on this one. He made 2 good games. No, sorry. He made 1 good game and then a copy of the first good game. He had nothing to do with BioShock 2, which was the superior of the 3. And he's out there thinking that he has some responsibility, some higher order where he has to revolutionize video games or not make that game at all. And my favorite, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I can appreciate that to some extent, but at this point, I'm like, oh yeah, this game's not going to get made. It's never going to come out, or it's never going to get made because they're like trying to do too much. It's the same thing with what was the Iron Man type of game? Anthem, same type of thing. Like their initial idea for Anthem was so massive and like revolutionary and like, oh man, this is gonna change
mission.
gaming.
The whole game was just one mission.
And then they were just like, it can't do it. It's taking too long, too much energy, too much time, too much money, until it just became what it became. And like at that point, you're like, just don't make a game. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like this game, we're not gonna see this game.
We're never gonna see it. And he said he made this reference about that they were kissing a lot of frogs.
Oh boy.
That is looking for their prince while they were developing this game. And he said, not sure how we could have made this game any faster. He said, kissed those frogs any faster. Not sure how. The idea of looking back at 10 years of work and being like, I don't know how we could have sped this up is unreal. I don't know. It's essentially saying we couldn't have done it any better. I did everything perfectly.
Yeah. There were no mistakes.
Raging narcissist. There were no mistakes. We did everything the best that we could. And 10 years on, we don't have a product. Clearly you didn't. Dude, you would be sweet as if this game comes out in 2 years and it is, in fact, the best game ever made. Completely revolutionizes how they make video games forever. And I just have to eat my hat.
It's fine. We are okay.
And I'm okay doing
eating our words if like something amazing happens. But let's be honest.
It never does. It never does.
That has not been my experience.
I've never had one of these guys, Randy Pitchford's out there blowing so much. Oh, no. The only one that I would say does it is dude, Death Stranding. Who's that guy? Why can't I remember his name?
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, Kojima. He's the only. Everyone out there thinks they're Kojima.
Yeah,
they're not. Ken Levine, not even close.
He's not.
After a Twitter poll, Xbox has been rebranded to Xbox. Big news. Probably doesn't come across very well in an audio format, but Xbox is now Xbox.
Is now, and all the letters are caps, right?
Oh, wow. Dude, every time I come on this week, I hate this. Every week I have to talk about Asha Sharma. And every time I'm like, is she good? Is she not? And it's binary. Every week is different. This week is no. Because Asha Sharma posted a poll on her personal Twitter account, not on the main Xbox account.
No.
Not anything like that, which has far more followers. She just posts this on her own account, and she says Xbox or Xbox. And 65% of people voted for Xbox in all caps, which I believe was the original branding for Xbox way back in the day. And she made it green again. Look, I get the need to feel like you have to do something. You have to make your mark. You have to do something different. But I've just got a weird feeling that this ain't it.
This is just
just like window dressing. That's all she's been doing since she showed up at Xbox, which is in this example very, very appropriate to say it's the Titanic. It is actively sinking. Maybe it hasn't broken in half yet, but it is nose down in the water. And she comes on, and all she has done so far is literally rearranged deck chairs. That's all. She's on the deck. Everything's sliding around. People are jumping off the back, hitting the propeller. And she is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I got a new captain here. I got a new couple deck hands from Instacart, and they are going to help. I know that they're going to help. Oh, and by the way, we're not going to call it Titanic anymore. It's going to be Titanic, all caps. Isn't that
Titanic,
badass?
all caps.
Oh, isn't that badass? And they're like, hey, so the ship just broke in half. And she's like, what ship? They're like, Titanic just broke in half. She's like,
yeah, boom.
Yeah. Well. Xbox is back, y'all. Look, come on. I'm being a dick. Shit, this is meaningless. It was just a dumb Twitter poll.
But like the funny part is like all the people responding. Xbox is now Xbox.
Yeah, this one's just silly.
What are we doing?
What's going on? What's the goal?
Dude.
They got 100 game pass, got 200 day one. 20 million in the bag, watching sales start to slump. Talking shopper on the top of JD's jugular, it's Trump. He can make them economical as JD's sales report. It's reporting with variety, fucking the propriety. Suck it up and listen, gonna gain some notoriety. Gaming ain't free, not since they was late fees. Peter City must oblige, even if he disagree.
Dude. It's time for JD's sales report.
It's happening. I'm talking about sales, and this has just been coming in. We've been getting so many good numbers.
The numbers have been nice.
Building a lot of stuff here. Subnautica 2 has sold 2 million. It's probably sold since then. Sold 2 million copies in the first 12 hours after it came out. Now, this is just in early access, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And they had over 600,000 concurrent players at one point, which is incredible.
It's awesome.
It's just like a co-op game. This is a $30 game. I remember I was going to start reporting on prices. So this is $30, and they've already moved 2 million units. Cool. Cleared $60 million, which is hilarious. If we're considering, remember that the bonus that they have to pay now, because
the one they tried to get rid of, the one they tried to get out of
is $250 million. They haven't even made a quarter of that yet,
dude.
And that's not even taking into account fees, taxes, all that other stuff. That's just pure revenue. It hasn't even hit a quarter of that bonus. I mean, it makes sense why Crafton would be trying to weasel out of paying this because it's insane. But also, it's incredible that they bought a single video game with that stipulation. That is
Who drew that
so
up? Like, how did that happen?
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, who drew it up as the geniuses that sold it. Yeah, dude, that's what we're gonna put in this podcast when the Saudis finally come knocking down the door to buy the podcast. We're absolutely putting a stipulation where if we record, I don't know, pick an arbitrary number. If we continue to never miss an episode for another couple of years, they have to pay us $1 billion. And they're like, no one can continuously record a podcast for 8 years without ever missing a
Not
single
missing an
episode.
episode?
Without
Oh.
like there's no way that'll happen. And then we are billionaires. Maybe that's just how, because it does seem like that's what it was. It was a time-based thing that they realistically didn't think that they were going to make this time. But they did because they had to get it out by September. Crafton tried to delay it, and they're like, no, it's out now. Cool, $250, $3.12 for every additional dollar in sales until they hit $250 million. So
Crazy.
Arc Raiders hit 16 million sales already.
Also crazy.
This is the extraction shooter game, and it has been out since October. And this is let's see, this is $40.
$40.
It's a $40 game. What's really cool about this one though is in this release they mentioned more than half of active players on Arc Raiders have logged more than 100 hours of playtime. Dude, since October, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's like 7 months. And half of your players have played more than 100 hours. Good Lord.
That's crazy, right?
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
The slide from Capcom's latest financial results has revealed that 93% of its game sales are now digital. 93%. Ugh. It's tough for people like me. Digital sales were 90% just 2 years ago in 2024, and now they're up to 93%. So probably, I mean, if I were a game company right now, would I ever make a hard copy of a game? No. Not with numbers like that, no. It's not worth it for the old chuds like myself. The old
you do a run of like 500 just so you can get yourself a copy, sell a few of them
something
for
cool to put on the
you
shelf.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another thing from this financial report from Capcom is that PC has become the main platform for Capcom. Man, this is
really,
it's crazy considering how, I guess maybe, no, that's not true. I was going to say maybe PCs, as consoles have become more expensive, PCs have become more viable, but PCs have become probably twice as expensive as consoles.
Yeah, like harder
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where growth is coming from or why this growth has been coming in the PC marketplace. I welcome it as a PC gamer because I'm like, cool, they'll keep making games for us. They're all for us. But very strange.
Yeah,
very strange. Mouse PI for Hire has sold 730,000 copies.
This one was the most surprising to me.
That's a good chunk. It's, it's not just, I mean, it seems reasonable. They'll definitely hit 1 million soon. This is a $30 game. And this is one that I bought and started playing. The publisher came out, said that they've made all their invested money back already.
So good.
730,000 copies at $30 a copy. That's probably a net of around $21 million. And if you take taxes and fees out of that, you're probably looking at close to $7 million already. $7 million in sales.
Yeah.
That's your take home. And so I don't know what the publisher, I don't know, probably $5-6 million, maybe less. You'd it's pretty well made game. But
it's awesome though, like because it is just like
unique.
A little indie type of game. Yeah, it's unique. 730,000 copies is really great for a game like this.
And finally, Gamble with Friends has sold 1 million copies, and this one's $8. So this is they call it a co-op casino crawler.
I need to play
It
this.
seems right up Peterson's alley. It's just like
Yeah.
all these dorky games you play with people, with your buddies, and there's like proximity chat, and you're running around. They're very lo-fi games. They look like shit. They kind of play like shit, like kind of like Among Us. And what was that horror one you played a bunch?
Phasmophobia, or no, the other, or like maybe the other one. I'll think of it in a second.
But yeah, these games you play with like a group of people, you're all running around just goofing around. And this one, you enter a casino and you're deeply in debt already, and your loan shark requires payments every 5 minutes. So you're in this casino just like desperately doing anything you can to make money as quickly as you can, or the loan shark will kill you and your team. Sounds funny, sounds stupid. Gamble with friends, sold 1 million copies. This is a clear play. I think you and I in our fantasy gaming studio, where we are making 1 million indie games, right? This is 50% of our games.
Yeah.
Because you don't sell one copy. You sell 4 copies at a time. We don't sell one copy. We sell 4 copies.
We sell 4 copies. What
because
are we doing?
We're getting 4 people together because we play co-op games. This is a brilliant strategy. So yeah, you could sell 1 copy at $30, or you can sell 4 at a time at $8. And I like this. I like these, and these are easy to pump out. These are quick. They're fun. They're quirky. You come up with a funny idea like this. Like on its face, what I just described to you is hilarious, right?
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. And I was watching some gameplay of it. It's even funnier, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like
very funny.
And it's not all like classic gambling games. Like there's some goofy ones in there.
And then you can just like beat up the randomly if you want to just beat up the pit boss. It's probably gonna screw up your game at some point, but you can try it. You can just do whatever you want. I love this.
One of the top reviews says, "I'm haunted by the phrase, trust me, this will work." Because you're playing with your friends.
Dude, this is great, though. I love this. There's just good sales out there. And I think, look at the theme this week outside of Mouse PI for Hire. What's the theme? Co-op games, not multiplayer, not killing your friends or killing random strangers, playing with your buddies together. Subnautica, co-op. Arc Raiders, co-op. Gamble with friends, obviously co-op. These are the ones that are driving big sales right now. And I love it because this is, I think it's a better genre than multiplayer, and I think it's more fun. And I personally care for it, like it a lot more. So I'm glad the industry finally caught up with my interests.
I just like when they do what we tell them to do.
Yeah, it
feels good, right? Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do any more games as service.
Maybe we should stop making Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Just drop it. Kudos.
All right, kudos is our positivity segment. We give shout outs to things that we like. I got a quick kudos. You want me to go first?
No, you go first.
We talked about turtle chips on this podcast. We are big fans of turtle chips on this podcast. There's no hiding that.
Best format of chip you can find.
I'll be honest, I've never had any turtle chips that weren't the churro ones. Churro, is that what they are? I've only ever had
chocolate churro.
Chocolate churro. Yep. They have other ones, and I've seen them. They have savory ones, and I've been like, eh. Well, they finally got me. I was in an Asian market, and I saw Korean chicken turtle chips. And I said, okay. Korean barbecue, Korean flavor, like barbecue or whatever those things. I'm always down for that, whatever it is, whatever format. And I got to say, this is amazing. Like you said, it's the best format for a chip. I would describe them to you guys, but it wouldn't do it justice. You just have to go Google what a turtle chip is, or eat one and feel what it's like.
You need to eat it and feel it in your mouth. The mouth feel is important.
It's incredible. And the flavor on these, I almost ate the whole bag in a sitting. I opened them and was like, I have to put these away. I put them away when I'd eaten about half the bag, and I knew when I was going back to the bag, the rest of it would be one sitting. So I was like avoiding it because I was like, am I ready to eat the whole bag? Do I have time to eat a whole bag of chips? Because that's what I have to do.
Do I have time? Do I have the time and frankly the energy
Mhm.
to
Inhale
eat a full
these.
bag of chips right now?
And they're expensive. They are. It's like $5 a bag, but everything's expensive. So
Yeah, so it
dine on
doesn't
turtle
matter.
chips and just enjoy the luxury of it.
Yeah. Yeah, turtle chips, and I think most of the flavors are pretty good, but I always end up going back to just the chocolate churro are
Chocolate
like
churro, baby.
crazy good.
Why mess around?
Okay, I've got like a personal level kudos this time.
Okay.
For my oldest son, Graham is graduating this week.
Meow. Bow, bow, bow.
He came into his senior year with a GPA just under 3.0, like 2.7 or 2.8 or something like that. He only needed a couple classes to graduate, but I was like, hey, you should just take a full course load and get good grades because grades have been really good the last couple of years. So just get good grades, get above a 3.0,
Take some
and he did.
gimmies. Take 3 art classes.
Yeah. Just taking,
Nice.
and he took some classes that kind of introduced him to what he wants to go into and look into and study, which is sound design
Oh, shit.
and like sound engineering. So I'm like, hey, you can come edit our podcast for us.
You can come work for Peterson Productions. The bar is on the floor. You can't do any worse.
Oh, it honestly. And frankly,
Nowhere
do
to
whatever
go
you
but
want.
up.
Nobody, you've got no boss. Nobody cares what you do.
So you guys, if you've noticed a 50% uptick of fart noises just randomly spotted through the
My
podcast,
son,
you have
yeah.
this
Yeah.
academic all-star to thank for it.
So, but I did want to just say, give him some quick kudos because he's graduating. My oldest son, my first child, is
Your first lad.
graduating, and it's kind of crazy, like transitionary period for him. So,
So are you
Yeah.
starting to pick out tennis balls for your walker then?
no, I'm not picking them out. Obviously, I'm just going with the standard greenish yellow.
I just want the yellow ones. They seem I'd be able to replace them easier.
Yeah, no, you just use those and get a whole bag of them at Walmart for pretty cheap.
Got a monster buys tennis balls by the bag.
I've seen them before and I thought the same thing. I'm like, a bag of tennis balls?
That's the best part
mesh
of buying
bag?
tennis balls is I get to open the thing and
Little
smell it and
Pringles
feel
cans.
it. Are you kidding me? I'm buying a bag?
like a mesh
Oh.
bag of tennis balls. Yeah.
It's like buying a bottle of Doritos. What do I do with this?
A bottle.
What am I gonna do with this? What? Stupid.
All right.
I got something on radar.
Yeah, so what games are on your radar? Like, what games do you have that aren't out yet that you've been looking at for a long time? What do you have on your gamedar?
I was so excited to do this again. I don't know about you, but I go back and I look at my wish list. I sort by date added, and I go down there, and it is like Christmas morning for me in there because there are so many I just add, and so the mental load can be like, I'm not going to obsess about this anymore. I'm going to put it on my wish list so I don't forget about it.
Go look
And
at
then
it
it's out of
later.
my mind. It's out of
Yeah.
sight, out of mind. When I'm reminded of it again, oh, so delightful.
Yeah, I feel the same way because, like, and I've got a bunch of my Steam wish list is pretty big, like 50s. That's around there.
Yeah.
Some of them I keep on there for if I get a Dice of Destiny roll, then I'm like, ooh, I
Smart.
should check that.
Smart.
But yeah, like I it's kind of same thing. I will say I cheated a tiny bit this time because like gamedar is usually games that aren't out yet. Some of
Oh
these are
no. You can
No.
any game you're
just
after.
any game. Okay, because some of
Yeah.
these have been released recently, but they're games that they're on my radar for a
Yeah.
long time.
I have one that's out now.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not a game that's 5 years old.
No, mine are all
But,
like
yeah.
released within the last year.
Yeah, it's on your radar because if it's been released in a year or two, you're holding out for sales, which is what the wish list is all about.
Yep. Yeah.
It's for two things. Yeah, you put a game on your wish list because you're gonna buy it the day it comes out, or you're gonna buy it when it's on sale.
Yeah.
So yeah, why don't let's see.
How many do you have?
I have 5. I believe you have
Okay.
5.
You got 5 as well.
So this should be easy. We'll go 5 and 5. I've got them all pulled up. I got all these trailers here.
Okay.
And I will just kind of go. I'll just hit play on. Let's just I don't know. Just sort yours randomly. Pick one randomly. We'll spin it up here.
Okay. We have one up right now. You want to just do that one? That's yours. You are the monster.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So we'll do this one. So this game's called You Are the Monster, and it's right in line with everything I've been into right now.
You love
guys know I've been
this.
on a big Godzilla kick. This is a kaiju game. You play as a kaiju in a city, and you're just destroying it all.
Love that. Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, it is. Yeah, it looks like. Yep, I was right. It is a roguelike.
That's a roguelike. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a monster, which is I'm. As a total aside, I'm starting to become very convinced that roguelikes are the way to go for so many games.
Replayability
Yes.
for a roguelike is out of control. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so this one is a game where you play as a big kaiju and you upgrade your kaiju throughout as you play, and then you just keep, but it just looks amazing. Peterson's watching right now. It's not cartoonish kind of at all. It's very realistic looking, and it just looks fun as hell. And playing different monsters and destroying looks sick. It's coming out this year. I think it's on June. So this one might be an auto buy for me unless it comes out to terrible reviews. But
it's real bad reviews.
Doesn't this look fun? It does
look fun. It does look fun.
There's police shooting you, tanks are coming and shooting you. So yeah, this looks like a blast.
And it looks like I just didn't count, but I looked like there were at least 4 or 5 different monsters in the trailer.
Yep. So I'm sure, and
nice.
this is one of those, if you buy a bunch of, if they make a lot of sales, that you'll get
some more,
a ton more monsters. So
yeah,
You Are the Monster. Okay. Check that out on Steam. Peterson, what's yours next? What's yours?
Okay, let's start with Necess. Okay, mine do have a theme as well. There's a lot of roguelikes type of thing and some of these pixel graphics types of games. I don't know why, for whatever
reason.
You're
on a pixel kick right now.
For whatever reason, these have really kind of like, I think I know the reason. The reason is because they've really I've played a lot of them recently that I've liked a lot. Like I've enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm like, oh, I see this and it kind of reminds me of that the joy. But Necess, this game actually came out in October of last year. The reviews are pretty good. The reviews are 94% positive. The other thing that I think you'll see on a few of my games are multiplayer. This is a multiplayer survival craft type of game. It looks like Terraria a little bit.
Yeah.
But it looks like Terraria top-down Terraria instead of like just the 2D side view. It's Terraria. It reminds me of RimWorld a little bit. And
that's what I was going to say.
That has RimWorld vibes is going to be like automatically like catching my eye. And so that's why this game has done that. Terraria, RimWorld. Did you play? I can't remember if you played with us. Did you play Core Keeper with us?
No. But yeah, I got that kind of impression from this.
It has same type of thing. It just seems like a game that I would enjoy to play with people. So Necess, it's Necesse. It's not really expensive, actually. It's just buy it.
You should.
Let's see, there's a bundle right now. Oh my gosh. Necess and Deep Rock Galactic Survivor.
That one's
which
sick.
I think I already have. I might have that. I don't know. But it's only $13.50.
You should get it right now.
And so I'm like, I should just get that. There are a bunch of bundles for this game. So I should just get it and play it because it looks like a game I'd really enjoy to play. And I want to play with some other people though. Like I want to play it multiplayer.
Yeah, that looks like a good one for that. My next one is Tides of Tomorrow. Like you, this one's out already. This one came out earlier this month, and it's of course, just like you with what was that game you were just talking about? Anyway, I any game that's gonna look like Waterworld for me is just an
You're
instant.
in.
I'm
You're
in. So this one is set on a world that's like it's like post-apocalyptic and it's like a lot of plastic. It's definitely not Earth, but it's kind of like that. So it's like a water world basically.
Mhm.
And the planet's like flooded. And what's interesting, what's unique about this game is that it is a every time you boot into the game, you are playing in the shadows of another random person as a I don't know what your character's called, like plastic walkers or whatever. So you can see here when they're kind of like scrolling back and forth. So you get to choose just a random character. Now this is not necessarily someone from your friends list. It's like a random character and you choose their path. And so you go into the city and you're playing in their footsteps and you've seen what they did. And guess what? The bartender hates you and thinks you're an asshole because the last guy that played through this that you followed in his footsteps beat up the bartender. And so you're kind of adjusting to that all the time, and you're making your own bad decisions that you know are going to impact the next player that comes behind you. So it's just this big, long video game of telephone, which is hilarious if we think about Ken Levine trying to revolutionize video games. I think this is a fantastic attempt.
That's awesome.
Kind of redo that. So Tides of Tomorrow, I don't know. It's like I said, the gameplay looks sick. The reviews I think of it have come in pretty good. And I think it's kind of a funny thing to to troll strangers essentially that you'll never know that they were trolled. So
that is so funny.
Isn't that
That sounds
hilarious?
awesome.
Yeah. So and that's out now. So I'm sure people are out there trolling the shit out of each other right now.
That sounds amazing.
Okay, what's your next one?
Let me do Solcesto.
Okay,
so this game has been on my radar. Let's see. I think this one came out. This one just came out like a month ago. It's been on my radar for a little bit. I want to see, when did I add it to my wish list? I added Solcesto to my wish list in June of last year. And I can't remember for the life of me what got it in, but every time I watch it, all the tags on it are things that I like. It is dungeon crawler, roguelike, puzzle.
This is crazy
tactical.
looking.
I don't know. I can't tell what the game is.
I don't even know what I'm looking at, man. Like, what's happening?
It looks
but
like
I love
roguelike
It's
and
hand-drawn.
gambling and all of it just kind of brings me in as something that I'm like, okay,
Maybe
this looks
I'm not
quirky and
exposed
weird
to a lot of media, but this is for me a completely wholly separate and unique art style. I can't even compare this art style to anything. I have no analogs for this.
Yeah.
It just looks like, wow.
I know. And so this game's been on my radar and I'm like, I want a Dice of Destiny roll to play this. Because again, I don't think it's very expensive. This game is,
it looks like Newgrounds animations.
Which I don't know what that is.
Newgrounds, that website. Oh, I'm not gonna explain to you here.
It's the game's like $12.50. Like, it's again not a lot. And like, I want this as a dice game because it looks like something I'd really enjoyed it. Like, just play for a little while and just like get the hang of it. And like, I really like this. I don't know. I genuinely don't really even know what the gameplay loop is, because there's like all of this stuff you're watching where it's just like running through a dungeon and all these things. But then there's like this whole segment where there's like a 9 grid or like a 12 grid, and that's like where it seems like a lot of the gameplay is happening as well. I don't know, but I'm in.
This is
I'm
sick.
in.
So
Some of the reviews
sick.
mentioned gambling too, and I was like,
well, there you go.
Yeah.
My next one is Hello Sunshine. Hello.
All right, let's look at this one.
Have you not heard about this?
I don't know.
Oh, it looks.
I don't think so.
So sick. So it is kind of like a survival crafting, heavy on the survival, and it's in this kind of a post-apocalyptic world. And there's
looks
a
like
lot
Fallout kind of.
Yep, it's got a very strong Fallout. anti-corporate, corporations kind of ruin the world vibe. And you play as a survivor, and you are walking in the shadow of a giant robot at all times during the day because it's too damned hot
It's too hot.
to
Oh
be
my
outside
gosh.
of his shadow, and in the it's too cold at night for you to venture too far away from him because he keeps you warm. This is not, in fact, the robot that you love. The robot you love that you follow is so cool, and what captured me in this trailer was that if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a big robot tries to kill you, and then another robot comes in, steps in, and rescues you and kills that robot. And the robot that saves you then turns around and starts walking away, and on his back is emblazoned these huge printed words that just say "Follow me."
Oh,
And I don't know what it was when I saw that in this trailer that I was like, oh, I gotta, like, or it just says "follow," and he turns and blocks the sun, and you just start walking in his shadow.
oh my gosh. Yeah,
Bro,
that's
I don't know.
cool.
Yeah, cool is the word for it. It captured my imagination, and it's out there. It's out there. It is funky.
But it
and
looks
unique.
like it could be interesting and fun.
Yeah.
Is this game out right now?
No, and I don't know if it's out. I think they said it's coming out this year, but they may not even have a date for it. Let me see. Hello Sunshine game. I did just look at this, but let's see. Coming soon. Nope, just coming soon. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they got nothing on this, but very cool. Very, very cool. All right, what's your next?
All right, this one will be pretty quick. Dispatch. I think people are familiar with this.
Yep.
This game's been out for, when did this game come out? It's been out for a
2
minute.
years?
October of 2025.
Oh, okay.
So,
This one.
and they keep releasing content. They keep releasing like, here's a new season or something of it. It looks a lot like Invincible. But what this is more like a this is like a story game where you're not like playing a game, you're more like managing
Like those
it.
Telltale games?
Yeah, and it was the same, like writers of Telltale
Mhm.
games worked on this. So this is more of like a story that you're playing. You are a dispatcher for superhero, just a wacky superhero team. You have
Yeah.
to send them to choose to who to send to the fights, and then manage, what's going on back at the dispatch office and things like that. So you're just kind of managing all of this superhero stuff. This game, I really want to play it, and I was trying to think like, how would I play this? Because I don't want to sit at my PC and play this. I want to play a
It's a
game
Steam
on
Deck
my
game.
PC. This is a Steam Deck game.
It's a Steam
And I
Deck
was like,
game.
oh, you take this on an airplane and you
Mhm.
play this
And you
on an
forget the flight
airplane.
entirely.
Because it's like a lot of the reviews and stuff are like saying this is like watching a show. It's like watching
Yeah.
a really good show, and you're just like part of it.
It's like choose your own adventure show.
Yeah, and it's funny, and I don't know, it's cool. It's got the Invincible vibe. So I really want to play this. I really want to play this on my Steam Deck on a trip.
Yeah, this looks dope. And there's a corgi in it.
Yeah.
Sick. Dispatch. Nice. My next one. Let's do this one. Deep Snow Delivery. This one's out there.
What is this?
Maybe it's not that out there. You just drive a truck around in the snow, and it has a little grabber arm, and you grab junk out of the snow, and you put it in the little back of your truck. It's like what if Wally was in the snow?
Snow Wally.
Snow
Yeah.
Wally. And then you drive back to your little base, and you like build stuff, and it makes your little car better, and you go pick up more shit, and you build your car up more. That's the loop, I assume. But it looks really great. If you were listening to the music on this is fantastic. It's very kind of the quirky indie game music that we're all accustomed to.
Mhm.
And It does look like there's, very realistic physics, and you got to be careful driving in the snow, and you're just kind of exploring this little world. Stuff will spill out of your bed of
course.
your truck, and you just go pick it back up and you keep driving. And the snow physics look great on it. So it just looked kind of like a fun, quirky deep snow delivery.
This feels like there's a demo.
Yeah, there is a demo.
I was
There's
gonna
no
say this
release
feels
date
like
yet.
a game you want to play a demo of and figure this out.
Yeah, but it looks, and you can build stuff, and I don't know, maybe you're trying to melt the snow. I don't really know, but it did tickle me.
Yeah,
the gameplay
okay.
was very interesting. So
interesting. Okay, let's do next. Let me pull up the next one I want to do. Oh, Retro Rewind. Okay, this
love
game,
these
this is
games.
the
This is so
stupidest one,
funny.
but I could
Oh, their
sink,
faces look so dumb.
I know. I could sink 15 to 20 hours into this game. This is absolutely a game I
Oh.
could do. And it is what you're doing is it's just a sim game where you're running a old school video
Blockbuster.
game, a Blockbuster, old video store.
Mhm.
And you're just like doing the inventory, restocking the shelves, checking people
Putting the
out.
displays up,
Yeah, like
repainting the ceiling, rewinding the
sometimes,
tapes.
sometimes I love these stupid
You are such a weirdo.
simulation games. I've never played one and been like, I hate this. I'm always like, this is kind of fun. Like, I'm having a good time doing this. I'm not gonna play it for 100 hours, but I might play it for 10 to 20 hours is what I would do. Let's see. When does this game come out? It just came out.
I was gonna say this should be out already.
This
This
came
could
out.
not be that hard to make.
Overwhelmingly
This is-
positive reviews.
This is
There's-
another one that's on our list when in our game studio, is that you can always make these types of games.
Absolutely. Bang a couple of these out. Hit the nostalgia button for some of these people. Oh my gosh, like they're so good. Like I played the video game management where you manage a video game studio. I played through it a few times. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Like I played a couple times and I was done. This is the type of game I would not regret buying for $15, playing through it once or twice and then being like, yeah, okay, I'm done. Like I enjoyed it. Had a good time with this.
Yeah.
Retro, and honestly, I don't think it does anything interesting, anything revolutionary. It just is exactly what you think it is.
Even sliding the tape into that little rewind thing, though, I was like, I'd do that a couple times before I got bored.
It felt like in what was the drug game?
Schedule 1.
Schedule 1, when you were like actually making the drugs. It felt like that part of the game where you were like, oh, I'm like going in and stocking my shelves and like putting it in the machine and like I gotta bag up all these little drugs and things like that. That's what it felt like. So that's Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator.
Fantastic.
Everyone would have a good time playing it.
All right, the last game here on my gamedar is called Drown Light.
This one is the one that when I was looking at these on the top, I was like, this one I'm interested in.
Oh, cool.
The most.
This is just Frostpunk, but it's on the ocean. It's Frostpunk. It's Waterworld Frostpunk.
Water Frostpunk. Yeah.
Water Frostpunk. Because instead of a heater in the middle of your circular town, because it's the exact same setup as
circular.
It is a lighthouse, which conceptually, if I think about it, I prefer. Then you can see these little cutscenes, these little clips with the characters and everything. It's exactly like Frostpunk. So it's very much
the same studio.
Like, no, isn't that funny? It looks so similar. This is what we should have done instead of. They should have done Frostpunk. It's this instead of Frostpunk 2.
Yeah.
So you have to keep because the reason I love this is because the idea here is that there's these eldritch monsters in the ocean or whatever, which makes perfect sense. And the lighthouse is what brings more people to your settlement in Frostpunk. the people just came there just because like it was there, and there wasn't really an explanation. This one makes perfect sense. You're out there drifting in this haunted ocean, and you see a lighthouse. You're going to go toward it, and you want to keep the lighthouse lit so people can keep finding you. I think that's dope. I think that's a cool concept. I think is a Frostpunk clone. This has been my favorite one so far that I've seen. It looks amazing, and I love the horror aspect of it. And I don't know. Maybe I'm finally gonna get, because I never played Frostpunk 2. I just couldn't get there. It's still like $50.
I was the same thing. I even downloaded it because it was on Game Pass. I downloaded it, and I just didn't really want to play it because it.
Yeah.
From all reviews I could tell, is it just wasn't as good as Frostpunk 1.
Yeah.
Which
and I don't want to.
It was a great
solely
game.
my memory of Frostpunk 1.
Yeah.
This one looks like I get a fresh start with a lighthouse.
He's doing the same thing a little differently.
Yeah, and if the music's good, I'm there.
Phil says Hydropunk.
That's a good one, Hydropunk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do your last one here.
Okay, my last one, and this one is the one that I'm probably the most excited or most like. I want to watch this one the closest.
Last. Super
Trailblazers Into the March.
Okay.
This game looks very interesting. It looks like another like combo of genres. That's not the one. That's not the one.
Dang it.
Trailblazers Into the March. Put that. I was like, that's not the same game.
I was gonna say, this is what you're most excited about.
No. Okay. So yeah, it's like some racing game.
It's like a
I
Mario
love
Kart.
racing.
I'm really excited to see
really
where you're going with this.
No, this is it's roguelike again, which scratches that itch, but it's also a colony sim. And your colony is on the back of a like giant moving creature, which is always an interesting theme for me. So this giant moving mech looking beetle thing, and you zoom in, and that's where your colony is. Again, it has a lot of vibes to what's the other colony? Why can't I think of the name? I can never think of a name. RimWorld has RimWorld vibes when you zoom into the colony. And again, art style's kind of cool on it, kind of like it. So yeah, if you're watching the trailer, look, you're like designing your gigantic crawling ship, just crawls through the world, and then there's like tactical battles, and you meet up with other ships and stuff like that in the world, and then but you're managing your colony as you go. Like, this game seems like a mashup of genres that works really well for me. Like, this is something I would absolutely love. So, and yeah, in the trailer, there's paths to go on, and you're and you are, getting contracts and things like that. We're gonna go do this
out there, man. This is cool as shit.
I know, and I was like, this really, if this game's fun, like if they nail it, doesn't even have to be perfect, but if it's pretty fun, this seems like a game I would really, really enjoy. Especially because it's a roguelike. Like, it's not gonna be like RimWorld where I'm playing through like for 150 hours the same
and
match.
You never get to where you're supposed to go.
We don't talk about that part of it as much.
I only think about that every time you mention it. That you've never even gotten close to beating the game is surreal to me.
It's really hard to beat. But I don't know. Something about this game, I just see it and I'm like, I want to play this game. What's the release date? I don't even think they have one on there. The release date, TB, to be announced.
TBA later.
Something. So we don't know.
This game doesn't come out in March. We riot.
If it doesn't come out in March of any year,
it doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna play it. Not gonna buy it. So
we will riot. Yep.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Well, that's the whole kit and caboodle. That is all of our gamedar games. The games on our radar. The games we're looking forward to playing. If you guys have any that are this is fun. I feel like we should just do this every 6 months or so, because I'm always adding games to my wish list.
Same.
And I never bring them up here. I'm just like, oh, that's cool for later. So it's really fun. If you guys have any really games that aren't out yet, especially that you think we haven't seen, or you want us to talk about, drop it in our Discord. We've got a Discord. Come and Tell us about games on your gamedar. Want to hear it?
Dice of Destiny.
Dice of Destiny is this game we play at the end of every episode. We roll some dice that tell us what game genre we're going to play, how much money we're going to spend on it, and who is going to be doing the playing. A couple weeks ago, I rolled a $60 early access title. I did not need all $60. I only needed $15 to purchase a game called Cleared Hot, a helicopter combat game. Now, I do want to emphasize, not a helicopter sim. This does not feel even remotely realistic. To wit, your helicopter has a boost button, like a dash. So not super realistic. That said, the gameplay is incredibly intuitive. Just so easy to pick up. In fact, I would say if I had to compare this, I wouldn't compare this to a helicopter combat game. I would say this is closer to Diablo in how you move and how you fight enemies. It's obviously not a dungeon crawler per se, but it controls a lot like that type of game. You're dashing around enemies, you're avoiding their attacks. You've got a variety of attacks yourself, and it's intuitive and easy to pick up. You have guns, missiles, heavy missiles, light missiles, but you have missiles, and a sky hook. The sky hook can be used to pick up just about anything, including enemies and people, individuals. If you pick up turrets, the turrets that are shooting missiles at you somehow still manage, while they're being, dragged around in the sky, still shoot missiles
to shoot
you.
at you.
Yeah, if there is a gun turret, it's just spinning and shooting, and sometimes it'll wing you.
Oh my
so
gosh,
it's
that's
just
incredible.
Silly. The game has the plot or whatever is essentially you are a disgraced former military helicopter pilot, and you've been recruited by it sounds kind of like an off the books intelligence agency that is trying to thwart some event that I won't, there's rich people doing shit and whatever, and you're just in the desert trying to fight it off with just your one helicopter. But it's fun. The story's fun. The voice acting's solid. The writing's fine. And it's, it moves it along. It gives you a reason to actually keep playing, not just like shooting, which is good. That's what you want from the story. It's very reminiscent of these 90s vehicle combat games you guys may have played. Not when they got into the sim space, because you're not going to be playing this with one of those joysticks that every other kid had in the 90s. You're going to want to play this mouse and keyboard. There's also a hangar where you can buy new choppers, new guns, new missiles. I used the same helicopter for the whole game, though, and it was fine.
Oh, really? I was going to ask
Yeah.
if you'd switched it up, because it looked like there was a number of helicopters you could choose from.
I switched it I bought one and did a mission or two in that one, and it was like, okay, it had an extra missile bay, but it could carry fewer people. Some of them can carry a lot of people, and they're slower. Some are faster. So it's just like they're tweaking stats. But you find with the limited missions they have, because there's just one chapter right now. It's chapter 1, and it's like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 missions, and they are and you could do it in any helicopter, but the most versatile one, the one that can seat 4 people and has 1 missile and 1 gun and is fairly decently fast. Why would you switch from that? There's no huge tactical advantage to being able to carry 8 people. There's just not that many use cases for it. So, and to be fair, they don't push that. It's not like in the story, the guy's like, all right, now go buy yourself a different helicopter. They never even tell you at any point. There's no guidance on buying any upgrades because you don't super need them. Maybe, and I only played on the basic difficulty. Maybe if you crank up the difficulty, it does matter. But so I love the game. I really did. I kept going back to this. I was really looking forward to playing it, which I haven't felt this way about a game that wasn't a game you and I were playing for honestly maybe more than a year. Like a game that I just really couldn't wait to get back to, sit down and play. And it was fantastic. And then it was over in 3.5 hours.
And then you finished it.
This was an absolute heartbreaker. It kind of reminded me of Carrion, where it was a game that I was like, oh my God, it's so amazing. And by the time I was like fully in love with it, it was over. And I was like, wait, what? I'm sitting there scratching my head.
I want more.
But you know, this is the problem with doing early access. I found an early access title, and guess what? It's early access, so there's not a shit ton of content. There's a couple mini games. There's like a skee ball mini game, some challenges, and they have promised 2 more chapters. But God, dude, for $15, there should be like 9+ chapters. They should not have put a finite number on this. They should have been like, we're going to release a new chapter every month, because quite frankly, like, this amount of content is not acceptable for $15. It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam because I think everyone's had the same experience I've had, which is, wow, this game plays amazing. It's so addictive and it's fun as fuck. But man, you can't keep playing the same mission over and over again without just getting bored of it. And the other thing that really ground my gears was that they, in their release statements, they promised to raise the price of the game with each subsequent chapter. They're like, get in it now, because
buy
when
it
you release
now.
the next chapter, it's going to be more expensive. And I'm like, guys, maybe if you'd started at $5, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, get some. You started at 15. That is the peak for your game, because I'm sorry, even if this game had 10 chapters, it's not worth more than $25. And so they're kind of, and that's kind of what's been bugging me. And this thing that struck me and it made me heartbroken was that this game would have been maybe a 12 out of 10 game, the most incredible, earth-shattering, amazing, fun experience for me, if they had only changed one thing about it.
What's that?
And made it a roguelike.
This
is, I get the story's fun. You guys got the voice acting and everything. But if you'd cut all of that and just made this a helicopter combat roguelike game, where you are getting these hanger upgrades I mentioned, and you can get this gun or that gun, or you can get this missile or that missile, or your helicopter you can even upgrade your helicopter from this one or this one. Because right now you're earning money in these missions, and then you go to the hangar and spend this.
Yeah.
You would have infinite content. You talked about earlier the replayability of roguelikes. I'd still be playing this. I have 3.5 hours, 4 hours in this game. I would easily, I can guarantee I'd have 10, 15 hours already in this game. And I wouldn't, if you make, especially like what we love about Undermine is if you make the builds unique, and you can always get different crazy builds. If you get this item with that item, it does the craziest shit ever. That's where I keep coming back. And so that's where I'm sad about this game. I will, because I own it now. Every time they release a new chapter, I'll go burn through it.
You'll get in there.
I'll love it. And I will love it. But I will be sad because I know this game has more potential to be, because it's a 10 out of 10 game now. I mean, if you take the value out of it, it's like a 10 out of 10 game. But had they designed this as a roguelike,
it would have been over the top.
Sky's the limit, man. It could have been anything. It could have been so cool. It could have had, you could have introduced co-op for it in ways that won't work in the single player. It just wouldn't make sense.
Right.
So unfortunately,
send him an email.
I know, though I loved this game and everything about it, I still have to put a wait for a sale tag on this guy. I can't say buy at any price, because at $15 is it a $5 an hour game? No.
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
There are games with better value than that, and we've played a lot of them, so it's hard to recommend that.
I hate that I'm making a value play on a game like this.
That's
but I am,
true.
and one other thing we discovered tonight, or I knew, but Peterson discovered, the music is fantastic across the board.
So good.
It's so good. The music's so good in this. There's very little to complain about, but this is one of those games that could absolutely die on the decisions being made in the quote unquote boardroom. That would kind of damn this game. So kind of a bummer at the end, but very, very good game. Cleared hot if you want to feel like you're playing a game from your childhood. If your childhood was like mine in the 90s, this is worth a look for sure. It's amazing.
Awesome. Awesome.
So we got to re-roll now.
Let's do it. Let's do a re-roll, baby.
And let's see. You want me to roll genre first, or do you want to roll genre?
Will you roll who's going to do it first, and then that person can roll genre.
Okay. Do you want odds or evens?
Odds.
Son of a bitch.
Is you again?
Oh, it's me.
The dice love you.
Dude, just statistically, the last couple like months has been all me. Like,
I know it's so crazy.
Okay, well then let's do this 20-sided dice.
Hit that 20.
It's a 6, which is a mystery. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those can be good. They can be hard to find a good one, but if you find a good one, they can be real great.
Because that's how I found Obra Dinn.
Mhm.
Remains one of my favorite games I've ever played in my life to this day.
Yep. It's a good genre.
Okay, so mystery's off the board, and shooter is now our new 6.
Okay, shooter's always an interesting one for us.
The only genre Ken Levine knows how to make. So let's see how much money I have to spend. 60.
You
Again.
keep getting 60s. I get like
Did I
20
roll-
every time. You're
And,
like, I
okay,
can do
you're
whatever
not
I
going to
want.
believe this. I rolled 3 different dice tonight. I rolled the Pokemon dice, and then I rolled the 20-sided, and then I rolled a separate
All
6-sided
sixes.
dice, and they were all 6s.
Oh,
So,
all right,
um,
Satan over here. 666. Wow, real interesting. Yeah, wow.
just, don't read too much into that one, Christian moms listening.
They will. Too bad you already played Mouse PI for Hire.
You know what?
'Cause
I may
you-
count it.
No,
I
you
may just
can't.
count
You
it.
already
just
talked
gonna count
about it.
Why did you reveal that I played Mouse PI?
You literally said
Nobody
it. We
knew.
talked. They all
Nobody
knew.
knew.
They
and
all
you
knew.
tattletaled
We talked about it
me.
earlier in this episode.
I might just choose
Mouse
to
PI
break
for
the
Hire.
rules because I like breaking the rules. And I heard he spent $30 on that game. So
That's true. You did.
all right, guys. Well, that's it. The whole sode. Thanks to Patrick and Snorgle and Phil for hopping on and hanging out on YouTube. Guys, subscribe to our YouTube so it tells you when to come on and troll us. We miss you when you don't. To play us out, we've got some more music from Cleared Hot.
Yeah, here we go, baby.
The prologue stage theme. Dude, it's just turn it up.
Just wait.
Oh,
It picks up. Don't
It
worry.
picks up a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, hey, Patrick, you said you're kind of close to North Lake, Texas. Come swing by, get some cookies. I'll get you one on the house.
Patrick was on. Phil was on. Snorgle. Yeah. Come on, tell me this is the dopest thing you've listened to all
You don't
week.
want to fly. You don't want to fly a helicopter around
That's all I
Shooting
want
a
to do
bunch of
right
dicks.
now.
in the desert.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
JD logging off.
This is Peterson going AFK.